Hiya folks, I'm Grim and welcome to Grim Grooves. Today we'll be checking out Canto 6, Boss Battle 4 and 5. Finally, I know it's been a while since I've gotten into these and I don't know how I missed them, but I'm excited to check them out. I loved the first few Canto 6 boss themes that were all very full of Victorian kind of bloodborne gothic goodness. So I'm hoping this will kind of continue that theme and I guess we'll see. But if you'd like to check out some more from my channel, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And I've got so much more on the way. And if you'd like to request something specific, you can request on my Patreon or down in the comments. Patreon will get it a lot quicker, but you can do either one you like. You can also join my Discord if you like. I always forget to mention it, but I've got a Discord. It's very chill, just a lot of meme shit posting. But anyways, without further ado, let's check out Canto 4, or Canto 6, Boss Battle 4, Battle Theme. Damn. There's the organ. It's already really intense, and I was hoping it would kind of capture that same feel. And at the beginning there was like a synth melody in the background, like going dook 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 dook. Like they love to layer things, and they always do such a fantastic job with it. And the way that it's coming in here with like the almost near automata style like vocals with their like, it's like somewhat in the back of the mix, but you can still very much hear the kind of choir singing. And then now we're coming in with the organ melody, and I can't wait to see where this goes. That guitar. Nice. Oh. This is such a crazy track. Like, this one might be one of the hardest rock tracks I've heard from Limbus Company at this point. Like, just the main guitar at the beginning there was absolutely fantastic, just driving rock track, fantastic high energy drum beats, and then you come in with this second guitar melody and it just like changes up the feel quite a bit. And there's also the organ melody we had in the back there too. I mean, I'm sure the organ will be mixed in more because it has that same kind of, again, gothic Victorian feel that I loved about the first three songs from this batch. But this is just really cool already, just such a hard driving rock track. What? We got that like percussion. I said synth before. I'm not sure if it's synth, but it's just like right in the back of the mix. You can barely hear it. It's just like like it's just driving percussion that they add in the back there just adds a little bit more. And this transition was wild. I mean, the song was just so heavy, so driving, and then we kind of strip everything away, go back to that again, kind of repeating synth melody or percussion beat or whatever, and then we get the choir back in. It's just probably going to bring back in the organs and stuff too, and I'm here for it. I guess the organs are there. Oh, damn. That bass melody in the back is insane. I'm actually not sure if it's a bass or if it's just a guitar in like the lower strings, because it's very heavy, but it doesn't seem as bassy as a bass would be. I could be wrong, I don't know, but it sounds incredible regardless. And then with the other guitar on top, like just much lighter guitar, it works really well. And it wouldn't be Project Moon Song if there wasn't some level of distortion in the background there, like the little bit of like shika shika shika, like just certain like kind of distorted sounds like that don't fit quite exactly with the rest of this melody, but we can get them again here. There's a bit of ticking there too. This section is gonna be crazy. I can already tell. Nice. This is so intense and insane. Like the way that it built and just kept building and kept going crazier, and then they worked in every element from the song all together at once. We got the choir, we've got the organ, we've got the different guitar melodies. Like it's all at once, and it's just really intense and really heavy, and it just keeps going and keep mixing things up and changing things slightly, so it's not all the exact same beats. It's all over the place. It's just a cacophony. It's like this is a finale. Like it's crazy. Ooh, and it ends with ticking. Of course it ends with ticking. That was really, really cool. Honestly, just like so different from so many of the other Limbus company songs I've heard so far. Like this was just such a crazy driving rock track. It still had those kind of Victorian kind of gothic feel to it with the organ in there, and even the vocals were kind of in that same vein. It definitely gives the vibe of, again, like a Bloodborne kind of environment or something like that, or Castlevania. Definitely that vibe too. But it's just such a great driving rock track. Like this is like doom music mixed with like Castlevania. Like it's just so intense, and it hits so hard. Like the drums and the bass just kicked it up so much. The different guitar melodies were just so phenomenal as well. Like they just killed it with this one. It was such a great driving rock track. Like if you're ever in a boss fight in another game and you just need that kind of extra energy to help you get through that boss fight, like maybe you're playing a Souls game and you're just fighting a really tough boss, throw this thing on loop, it'll get you there. Guaranteed. Like it's just such a great driving rock track. But anyways, let's go see what Boss 5 has in store. This definitely has more of a little bit of a whimsical vibe, like a kind of horror villain doesn't really necessarily take itself seriously or something like that. Like there's definitely an intensity here too, like the crazy drums, like dugga 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 dugga. They just keep going and building, and then the choir as well. It's like there's definitely an intensity here, but some elements of the music make it feel a little bit more whimsical, a little bit more like silly. Although I'm sure this is quite intense, but maybe the boss that you're fighting here is like not necessarily the most serious of bosses or something like that. I don't know. It definitely gives that vibe from this music. Okay, they definitely brought the intensity up quite a bit with that whole section. Like, just such a crazy driving drum beats and the synth or the organ melody just going crazy there on top. Like, I always love a good like complex organ melody like that. It brings that kind of intensity and that kind of, again, Victorian Gothic vibe very, very well. Again, Castlevania music is fantastic, and this definitely has it seems like this entire boss theme here from 1 to 5 of boss or Canto 6 have all been kind of influenced in some way by Castlevania, or at least has that kind of same vibe, that same kind of mood and feel that Castlevania music typically has. But they absolutely nailed it with it. Like, it's just such a great driving rock track. It's impressive how it can build so drastically in a minute and a half. Like, what they're able to do with the short amount of time they have with certain things like this, it's just so impressive. Like, at the very beginning, there was a few notes that were almost like a circus, like a Calliope or Calliope or something like that. But at the same time, it built so drastically from that point. Like, I don't know, maybe there was just a few notes that I thought maybe seemed a little bit lighthearted, a little bit silly. But from that point on, like, right after I said that in, like, I paused it around, like, the 30-second mark or something like that and said my piece about that, it just kept ramping up and getting more and more intense. And, like, even near the end there, the vocalists are getting a little more crazy. The organ throughout this whole thing was just, like, insane. Crazy organ melodies that just kept hitting over and over again, kept ramping it up. And, again, I don't know what... if this song loops, it probably does because it's a minute and a half, and I can't imagine the last boss of this Canto would be a minute and a half long. But I don't know. I haven't played the game yet. I still need to get around to it. I'll play it over on my other channel eventually. But I still need to do a library rune it first. But anyways, this was a lot of fun, and I think, again, Canto or Boss Battle 4 is my favorite of this entire Canto at this point. Like, they've all been fantastic, but that one was just so excellent. Like, there's so many great elements there. The organ was fantastic. The guitar melodies, the multiple guitar melodies were just so solid. This one was also really, really good, but it was just a little short for me. Like, I would like a little bit more experimentation, a little bit more growth throughout the course of it, but it was really intense still. Like, it definitely had that intensity. You could take the entire Canto, honestly. Like I was saying before, if you're fighting a crazy boss, you need to help, like, just get your mind right and kind of get into it and, like, beat a boss or something like that, or even just doing something like tedious or whatever, or even playing a sport or whatever. Like, just all of them are just great driving tracks that just give you energy, that just, like, there's a little bit of horror vibes there, which I always love, but it's just so intense and just keeps building the entire time and just goes crazy. It was absolutely fantastic. I'm glad I came back to these because these were really good. But anyways, thanks for hanging out watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. And until next time, later days, folks.